Okay, been trying to get a video together about my latest purchase from Royal Tiger, the Russian Berdan 2 rifle. So I'm going to try to condense this and get to the point. So Royal Tiger, everyone knows they got that Ethiopian cache with a wide range of guns from antiques to M1 carbines. Okay, I've done several videos about doing business with them, and basically the consensus is people are not quite satisfied with the company business practices or the condition of the guns coming out of there. All right, so my one purchase was some Italian Carcanos, the 7.35s, which I'd say middle of the road. Okay, I wasn't really upset about it, but I wasn't really elated either because one of the guns was in condition where I can't fire it. So give it a right down the middle. So I made some videos about it, and the consensus is a lot of people won't buy things from there. There's a lot of complaints, packaging, customer service, and condition of the material. So they also have, see, the thing about Royal Tigers, they're selling antique guns, okay? Gewehr 88s, antique Carcanos, and they have like a Mannlicher 1890, and some Grab rifles, and then they brought in these Russian Berdan 2s. Now the other guns, if you wish to see about it, and the pricing on them, Brass Tarred 7.62 bought one of the Gra musketoons or artillery carbines or whatever, and he's savvy enough to know that it was a type of gun that was reworked in Belgium around the turn of the century and was sold and exported to these countries like Ethiopia as an inexpensive firearm, where the quality and the workmanship already, when it was pieced back together, wasn't the greatest. Okay, but he knew that. I think he paid a little over $400 for it, had a halfway decent bore, and I think he sent me an email and said he tried shooting it, so he's happy with it. Another guy is Hobo Factory. He's bought guns from Royal Tiger and I'm sorry to laugh, I ain't laughing at you. Classic firearms, and some are okay, but most of them he's had all these problems of customer service and all this other stuff. Well, he went out, look him up, Hobo Factory. He bought one of these Russian Berdan 2s, okay, and he got his a week before I did. I didn't get mine until a few days ago. And then the only other antique that I've seen someone bought was USNA 98. USNA 98 is his YouTube name, and he bought a Mannlicher 1890, and it's an interesting thing, watch his videos. Okay, so now Royal Tiger sends me an email, says, hey, we got these Russian Berdan 2s, and their price is about $500. So, and if you watch Hobo Factory's video, he will tell you the reason he bought it is because these guns generally sell for over $1,000. Nice, complete, good, I say excellent condition rifles. You can find them, but they are expensive. There's also 4 variations of this rifle: the full-length infantry rifle, the Dragoon, the Cossack, and the carbine. So there's 4 different types of this gun. Now, why are they rare? One guy's saying, well, here in the U.S., here they're not that common and they're rare and this and that. No. The reason the guns are rare is this is an old Russian rifle. It's supposedly a good design. It was designed by an American, General Berdan. The original ones, the first batch, were made by Colt, sent to Russia. Russia adopted the design and then manufactured it to the tune of something like 3 million. It was the equivalent of our Springfield trapdoor, black powder cartridge, single little bolt action gun. So, and in Russia it is a classic firearm, the Berdanka, Vintovka Berdanka, or Berdanki as it's sometimes called. This is what hunters and in all the classic literature, when wolves attack the livestock, you went for your Berdanka. Okay, Berdan. All right, that's the Berdan. I forget. There's different ways of saying it, but it is in Russian history and folklore a gun, and it also has a reputation of being a very accurate weapon. So why are they rare? Well, what people don't realize is that the reason they are rare and here in the United States is because for the ones that were left inside the Soviet Union, and they don't export them, in the early 1920s, when the Soviet Union was new and going about, they ran into problems with steel shortages. So they were trying to grab control. They just executed the Tsar. They got control of this huge country, and they're in a panic. They're running out. They're not industrialized. They don't have raw materials. So in an emergency type of crisis thing, they needed to manufacture 1891 rifles more than they needed to, keep the old Berdans. So all of these guns were taken and melted down, recycled. They physically melted them down. So the Russians destroyed and got rid of them. And that was something that the Bolsheviks wanted to do. Out with the old, in with the new. So the Russians basically destroyed their own stockpile of these weapons, even though there were 3 million of them. They got rid of them. So the only guns that survived were ones that were in pockets. Most of the nice condition rifles I have, and we'll look at it later, came out of Finland. Back in the 50s, 60s, when these surplus arms dealers were going along, Finland had a pile of them that were left when it was a Russian protectorate, and over the years they were just accumulated, put in storage, and that's where many of these come from. Or the little odd remnants that went to other countries, much like these Ethiopian guns. Russia gave Ethiopia, one of the kings or something, some of these guns as military aid. So all of your Berdans generally here in the U.S. that you have available to collect have come out of another place. So, just like Hobo Factory said, they're expensive. If you're looking at a good one, okay, you're looking, say it's a $1,500 gun. For a nice pristine one, people are going to say, I want $1,500 for this rifle. Now that is one in excellent condition. I very rarely see dragoons, carbines. They do pop up every now and again, and generally they're not in good shape, or they're missing parts, or all this other stuff, and still it's about $1,000 gun. There were several of these bringbacks from Afghanistan, carbines and maybe a dragoon, maybe a couple rifles, and I mean these guns are beat up. I mean they're worn out, and they want $800, $900 for these guns. So they are quite expensive. So when Royal Tiger offered them for $500, it's kind of, you know what, jump on it. So that's why I bought the gun, okay, number one. So how did the transaction go? And here's something I'm going to actually say for Royal Tiger. There has been a lot of improvements, okay? They've changed some things because of the complaints they're getting. They do watch videos like this. They do watch what people are saying on YouTube and the internet about their company, and they are trying to improve. They did something with customer service and the phone number. They changed the phone number and got that straightened out. So what I did is I placed my order, I think, on the 17th of August. That's right when the email popped up. I got the thing, said, all right, I want one of these. At that price, I'll take it. I'll take the chance. Because if it's a complete gun, the parts are worth $500. Okay, screws, extractor, bolt head, all that stuff's worth, and the cleaning rack, it's worth $500. So I shoot the thing out, and it started off that they had 40 of these. Okay, so they got 40. So we got 40. I go back the next day, I look, it was down to 38. So me and somebody else jumped right on it, per se. Went back a day later, they're out of stock. Okay, then went back 2 days later, they're back to 36 guns. And then it kind of dwindled down over the 2 weeks to where after, like I said, I ordered it August 17th. When the gun arrived on September 7th, I went and checked their website. They are out of stock. So the 40 some odd guns, whatever, are sold out. And there's a couple reviews on them, and most people are happy with them. Okay? And I have to honestly admit, I'm happy. So, we'll go with customer service. There was a thing, I didn't have a driver's license on file. The last thing I bought was my FFL. I wasn't sending it to the FFL, so they needed my driver's license to make it legal, you know, proof of age, residence, all that other stuff. So I had to send it. So I got an email saying, hey, we don't have your driver's license on file to send you an antique gun. I said, okay, so I took a copy of it, emailed it to them, and within 24 hours I got an email back, thank you, we have the information we asked for. Okay, so they responded rather quickly. Okay, then a week went by, I got hit with a, you know, where the purchase went through, charge card and everything, bang, okay, you're good. And so I was waiting, you know, a week more. Then Hobo Factory, he's showing his gun, and I was waiting for it to ship that Friday. He's got a video up, and I'm like, oof, you know, where's my gun? So I waited till next week, so I made a call to the new number, customer service, during our hours of operation. I couldn't reach the woman in charge, so I left a voicemail message. I said, look, you know, here's my phone number, I'm just curious, what's the status of my order, blah, 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 and left a message. Later that day, see, I didn't get the email to the next day when I checked my email. Later that day, towards the end of the business day, somebody must have checked it, went back, told me, okay, you know, your order number, this and that, this is what's going on, everything's there, we got the information we need, everything's set, it's in queue to be mailed, they're going to pick it, okay, they're going to get it out of stock and mail it to me. So they did answer back, answered my question, and at the end of that week, you know, I guess Friday's when they ship, so whenever the hell the order or whatever goes on, Friday's the day the truck comes, they load it all up. And then later that week it was out, and I got it, and from Florida, like 3 days, I got the gun. Okay, so they're trying to improve their customer service and all the other stuff, and iron things out. So I'd say there's an improvement. Also, see, because now these videos are getting long, I'm going to have to break it up. This is going to be one little separate video, then I'm going to go to the unboxing and show you. But they did improve, because people complained about the boxes. The box that got shipped in, when we do the unboxing video, you'll see is a hell of a lot better than what my Carcano showed up in. So they're putting forth an effort, you know. You could be an ass and complain more about it, but the company, they're trying. They're trying to work out things, okay? At least with customer service. So their customer service has improved. Okay, I'll put it to you that way. Quality of the material they're selling may not be, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. There's no way to improve on old guns that aren't in good shape. Okay, their pricing, I believe, is still high, but I give them credit for trying. Okay, trying to improve. Okay, so I have seen that this company is trying to do something. Okay, so I got to give them credit for that. All right, so we're going to go on to, I've been going on too long, but I'm going to put this up, this video. Check out those other guys, Hobo Factory, USNA 98, and the Royal Tiger Gra from Brass Tard 7.62. Okay, so those are the only 3 other antique class guns from Royal Tiger that people have a video up showing you the condition and everything else. Okay, and I'm going to do mine. And like I said, because it drags on, I have to break it up into different videos. But, you know, check this out. And the next one, we're going to do an unboxing. I'll show you how it came. I'm going to unbox it, show you the gun, talk about it a little bit. And then I disassemble it, show you what it looks like once I got it apart, which was kind of a pain in the ass. And then I'm going to show you the guns in another video against the rifle I have that's in a lot better condition, and show you what a real Berdan 2 should look like and what Royal Tiger's selling you.